Hello, my name is Jim, and this is Justin Gavick, lead mechanic of PC499, and today we're going to talk a little bit about lifting slings and lifting devices. We have a few varieties right here on the table to show you. We have a come-along, 1.5 ton, with a safety latch on both hooks and grade 80 chain, which is one of the best you can get for lifting any kind of weight that's underneath 1.5 tons. We also have a sling with a clevis and a hook on the end of it, and you can see here, this will tell you the lifting capabilities of this sling. So vertical, you have 2,650 pounds, and choke, you have 2,120, and a basket, you have 5,300. Each individual strap here has its own capabilities of lifting a certain amount of weight. The blue one here, same thing, is a continuous loop, and you could use it to pick up and cradle whatever you need to pick up. This capability on this lifting device is 21,200 pounds on a continuous loop. If you want to choke it, you can choke it at 17,000 pounds. And if you want to do a basket, you have 29,000 pounds. Every time you use one of these devices, and if you use it on a fork, on a forklift, or some other lifting mechanism, you always want to have a piece of cardboard, a piece of rubber, so you can lay it down on the product so you do not cut it. The material out here will cut in time if it's on, attached to a sharp edge. This is another type of lifting device. This has 2 white stripes here and 2 white stripes here. These are sewn into the fabric. You can feel where the green ends in here. If this stretches to a certain point where it's not usable, these white lines will break and separate, and you have to throw the harness away. So this type of harness has a 5,300 pound lifting capability and a 4,200 pound if you choke it. Meaning, if you were to take your device and choke it like this, you will have the right 4,200 pounds. When you lift and use a hook, you want to make sure your hook is capable of lifting what you want to lift up. These hooks will show you that this here is a 7-ton lift hook, and with a safety spring clip. You want this safety spring clip on every hook. If a machine was to go to a job site and it didn't have this safety hook and they wanted to lift something, and there is a inspector on site, which we've had, where if it's not there, they will not allow them to lift their product, and we would have to call a service call in to have that installed. This hook here is another hook made in USA. It is a 2-ton lifting capability, and this also has a spring clip, but the difference is this has a cotter pin that'll go into a hole to lock the safety switch in place, so it will not move. We're going to show you a couple of ways on the forklift. We're just going to raise the forklift in the air, and we're going to show you some of the ways you can sling and attach these devices to your forklift. Justin, if you could raise that up about 5 feet. Now you want to make sure you have your gloves, safety glasses, and if you're working underneath a forklift or some type of lift, you want to make sure you have your safety helmet on, because you do not want to bump your head on an edge of a forklift. A little higher, Justin. And tilt back, please. Right, go ahead and pick it up. Now this here gives you a Deadpool straight lifting device of 2,150 pounds on each device. Do not forget, when you have to spread your two devices further apart to a 45-degree angle, you decrease your lifting capabilities. All right, bring it down, Justin. You put it on the ground. And last but not least, every one of these items has to be inspected prior to being used. You do not want to see cuts, abrasions, tears, anything that will damage the device. Everything needs to have a safety clip. Everything needs to have a decent hook. This is what you don't want to see. This strap has been around a very long time. It's got grease, oil, whatever, and a very good tear in the side of it. Even though it says it'll lift 2,200 pounds, that is no good. So you want to throw it away. From Justin and myself at PC499, thank you and have a good and safe day.